Hey there, thrill seekers. Ready to dive into the wildest rides on the planet? Buckle up because we're counting down the top 10 roller coasters that'll make your heart race and your stomach flip. We're talking about the kind of coasters that'll have you screaming for your mommy, even if you're a 40-year-old dude. You know those rides where you get off and your hair's a mess, your legs are wobbly but you can't wipe the smile off your face? Yeah, those are the ones we're talking about. First up, we're heading straight to Six Flags Great Adventure in New Jersey for Kingda Ka. This beast of a coaster is like the Beyoncé of roller coasters. Tall, powerful, and demands your attention. I mean, this thing isn't just high, are we even allowed to build something this tall? High, 456 feet, people. That's like 45 stories. You could practically see your house from the top if you lived in like the next state over. And the speed, forget about it. This thing goes from 0 to 128 miles per hour in 3.5 seconds. 3.5 seconds, people. That's faster than your friend's beat-up Honda Civic can even dream of going. You're gonna want to make sure your breakfast is settled before you get on this one. We're talking serious G-forces here. This isn't just a roller coaster, it's a religious experience. You're gonna be up there praying to the roller coaster gods as you plummet back down to earth at speeds that'll make your eyeballs water. But hey, that's half the fun, right? Next up, we're taking a trip to Cedar Point in Ohio, home of the one and only Steel Vengeance. This hybrid coaster is the stuff of legends, folks. It's got everything you could ever want in a roller coaster: insane airtime, crazy inversions, and enough twists and turns to make you feel like you're in a washing machine. A really, really fun washing machine. This bad boy clocks in at over 3,000 feet of track and features a record-breaking 27.2 seconds of airtime. You know what that means? That means you're going to be spending more time floating out of your seat than actually sitting in it. It's like defying gravity, but in the most fun way possible. And don't even get me started on those inversions. Steel Vengeance boasts 4 inversions, including a first-of-its-kind Raven Dive. I'm not even sure what a Raven Dive is, but it sounds intense, right? Just picture yourself soaring through the air like a majestic raven, or maybe more like a confused pigeon. Either way, it's gonna be epic. So yeah, Cedar Point Steel Vengeance is not for the faint of heart. It's a wild, hair-raising, scream-inducing ride that will leave you breathless and begging for more. Hold on to your hats, folks, because we're about to blast off to Ferrari World in Abu Dhabi for the fastest roller coaster on Earth, Formula Rossa. This coaster is so fast it'll make your head spin faster than a Ferrari after a pit stop. We're talking 0 to 149 miles per hour in a mind-blowing 4.9 seconds. That's faster than most people take to choose a Netflix show to watch. You're basically strapped into a rocket on wheels, and trust me, you're gonna feel every single one of those G's. They even give you special goggles to wear on this ride, just to keep your eyeballs from flying out of your head. That's right, you heard me correctly. Goggles on a roller coaster. It's like they knew they created something so insane they had to take precautions. But hey, who am I kidding? That's all part of the thrill, right? The adrenaline rush you get from riding Formula Rossa is like nothing else on this planet. It's like skydiving without the whole jumping out of a plane thing. All right, adrenaline junkies. Next up, we're heading to Carowinds in North Carolina for a date with Fury 325. This coaster is named after a mythical serpent, and let me tell you, this thing lives up to its name. It's massive, it's intimidating, and it's ready to swallow you whole. But hey, in a good way, of course. The first thing you'll notice about Fury 325 is its sheer size. This thing is enormous. It towers over the park at a staggering 325 feet tall, which is taller than the Statue of Liberty. That's right, you'll be higher than Lady Liberty herself as you plunge down that first drop. And speaking of the drop, let's talk about that for a second. It's an 81-degree drop, people. That's basically like falling off the edge of the world. You'll feel your stomach leap into your throat as you plummet towards the ground at speeds of up to 95 miles per hour. Get ready to smile, and then maybe puke a little, because we're heading to Alton Towers in the UK for a spin on the Smiler. This coaster is not messing around, folks. It's got 14, count 'em, 14 inversions. That's more inversions than your brain has ways of comprehending what's happening to your body. You'll be flipped, twisted, and turned upside down so many times, you'll start questioning the laws of physics, and maybe even your own sanity. It's like being stuck in a giant blender, except instead of fruit, they're blending your insides. But hey, at least you'll have a smile on your face while it's happening, right? That's what the Smiler wants you to think anyway. It's all part of its evil plan. But seriously, folks, this coaster is not for the faint of heart. It's intense, it's disorienting, and it will leave you wondering which way is up. Next up, we're jetting off to Phantasialand in Germany for a ride on Taron, a coaster so intense it'll make you feel like you've been shot out of a cannon. And you know what? You're not that far off. Taron is a multi-launch coaster, which means it's constantly accelerating and throwing you around like a rag doll. One minute you're cruising along, enjoying the scenery, and the next minute, bam! You're being catapulted forward at speeds of up to 72 miles per hour. And just when you think you've caught your breath, bam! It launches you again. It's like being chased by a cheetah that's hopped up on caffeine. But the real kicker is that Taron is built into a highly themed area that makes you feel like you're racing through a mystical canyon. You'll be dodging rock formations, swooping under bridges, and narrowly avoiding near collisions with other parts of the ride. It's a visual spectacle that will leave you breathless, even before the G-forces kick in. Get ready to experience the wild, wild west of roller coasters. That's right, we're heading back to the good old US of A, specifically Six Flags Great Adventure in New Jersey, to take on El Toro. This wooden coaster is a beast, folks. It's known for its intense airtime, its out-of-control laterals, and its ability to make you feel like you're riding a bucking bronco. Now you might be thinking, a wooden coaster? Those things are rickety and slow, right? Wrong. El Toro is anything but rickety and slow. This thing is a masterpiece of engineering, and it packs a serious punch. It's got a 188-foot drop, a top speed of 70 miles per hour, and enough airtime to make you feel like you've sprouted wings. But the real star of the show is the out-of-control laterals. What are laterals, you ask? Well, imagine yourself going down a hill, and then suddenly, the entire track shifts to the side. That's laterals, baby, and El Toro is full of them. You'll be thrown from side to side like a rag doll in a hurricane, and you'll love every second of it. All right, thrill seekers, buckle up, because we're heading to King's Dominion in Virginia for a spin on Intimidator 305, a coaster so intense it might just intimidate you into staying home. But don't be chicken. This coaster is worth every scream. Intimidator 305 is a giga coaster, which basically means it's huge, fast, and designed to make you question your life choices. It's got a 305-foot drop, hence the name, a top speed of 90 miles per hour, and enough G-forces to turn your insides into jelly. But here's the thing about Intimidator 305 that sets it apart from other coasters. It's relentless. There's no time to catch your breath, no time to compose yourself. From the moment you leave the station, you're in for a wild, white-knuckle ride that will leave you feeling like you just went 10 rounds with Mike Tyson. Prepare to enter the twilight zone of roller coasters, folks, because we're heading to Six Flags Magic Mountain in California to experience X2, the world's first fourth dimension coaster. Now I know what you're thinking. Fourth dimension? Is this coaster going to send me back in time? Well, no, not exactly, but it's gonna feel like it. What makes X2 so unique is that its seats rotate 360 degrees independently of the train. That means you'll be flipping, spinning, and twisting in ways you never thought possible. It's like being stuck in a giant washing machine. A really, really fun washing machine. One minute you're facing forward, the next minute you're facing backward, and then suddenly, you're upside down. It's disorienting, exhilarating, and unlike anything you've ever experienced before. Last but not least, we're heading up north to Canada's Wonderland in Ontario for a ride on Leviathan. A coaster so big, so fast, so intense, it'll make you believe in monsters again. Leviathan is a giga coaster, and it's a monster in every sense of the word. It's got a 306-foot drop, a top speed of 92 miles per hour, and enough airtime to make you feel like you're flying. But here's the thing about Leviathan that sets it apart from other giga coasters. It's smooth, like buttery smooth. You'd think a coaster this big and fast would rattle your teeth out of your head, but nope. Leviathan glides over the tracks like a dream. And there you have it, folks. The top 10 roller coasters that'll give you the ride of your life. Which one are you dying to try? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more thrilling content. See you next time.